FX has just released the first trailer for the 9th season of American Horror Story titled 1984, so today I'm going to be doing a quick rundown of what we can tell about this season from the trailer, as well as break down some of the many horror film references in this trailer. Before I start, let me just remind you to hit that subscribe button if you want to hear me break down and review every episode of 1984 as it airs, along with theories and other related videos. Anyway, let's begin. Okay, so the first scene of the trailer consists of some girls in a camp bunk being interrupted by Mr. Jingles, who we find out some more info about later, but basically Mr. Jingles probably gets his name from his annoying-ass keyring that he lets jingle around. He then proceeds to kill at least 6 of the girls in the bunk. Notably, Leslie Grossman's character is in this scene, and she's the only one of the main cast members in this scene. Originally, I thought this scene was a flashback to the original murders at Camp Redwood, which are referenced later on, but with Leslie Grossman's character there, we can either assume this scene takes place when all of our main characters are at the camp, or Leslie's character was a survivor of the original Camp Redwood murders. I'm thinking it's going to end up turning out that Leslie's character was present at the original murder spree because this scene is very reminiscent of the flashback to the Halloween of 1985 murders in Scream Queens' second season. Anyway, the next scene is an aerobics class full of 80s hair and wardrobe featuring Cody Fern as maybe one of the instructors of the class, and Emma Roberts, Billy Lord, and Gus Kenworthy's characters are all members of the class. Then the gang heads out of class and Cody's character informs the rest about his gig as camp counselor at Camp Redwood, which is 2 hours away from their current location. He invites everyone. Billy's character is down. Emma's character, however, is reluctant, as we now cut to a scene where Emma's character is being attacked by someone who is notably not Mr. Jingles. Based on the hair, knife, and costume, this looks like it was Zach Villa's character, whom many are speculating is actually real-life serial killer Richard Ramirez. Next scene is Cody Fern, Billy Lord, Emma Roberts, and Duron Horton, and they are all in a van on the way to Camp Redwood. They somehow convinced Emma's character to tag along, and suddenly Emma warns Cody, the driver, to look out. Cody then proceeds to hit a person with his car. This whole scene plays out like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it's nice to see that they're not only referencing slasher films that predate 1984, it seems that any slasher film is on the table when it comes to homages and references.
Oh my gosh!
I think he's dead.
Next, we see some more footage of Camp Redwood, still looking very much like Camp Crystal Lake from Friday the 13th. The gang brings the person they hit with their car to the camp nurse, who is played by Angelica Ross, and Cody's character then says that they just found him on the side of the road. So now this whole group has a collective secret, just like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Then we meet Chef Birdie, who has nothing but good memories about this place, which then sparks another flashback to the original murders. Chef Birdie is giving me a little bit of a Mrs. Bean vibe from Scream Queens, so let's hope she's not the first one to die. Next, we get a scene straight out of 1978's Halloween, where Mr. Jingles has escaped his asylum. Angelica Ross then proceeds to inform the rest around a campfire that Camp Redwood is the site of the worst summer massacre of all time. But anyway, Cody's character interrupts Angelica's and says that they don't need to hear any ghost stories, especially because of Brooke's past. So there we have it, Emma Roberts is playing a character called Brooke. Then it cuts to a Molotov cocktail being thrown through a window, a shot of someone holding a knife that is very similar to the one that was used when Brooke was attacked earlier in the trailer, Billy's character being spooked in the lake, a nice eye shot through a little peephole, Mr. Jingles about to stab an unrecognizable victim, Brooke and Duron's character is covered in dirt, and then we have Angelica's character running in front of a vehicle signaling for help. She appears to have a stab wound in her chest. Dear God, do not kill her off in the first 3 episodes. We then have another unknown victim crawling away from Mr. Jingles. We then get a look at Matthew Morrison's character as he and Billy's character help an injured Cody Fern. Next is the closing scene of the gang at a gas station, presumably before they first arrive at camp, and a local warns them that they're going to die, just like in the first Friday the 13th. So, a lot to unpack about this, so let's break it down. Sometime in the past, there was a murder spree committed by Mr. Jingles at Camp Redwood. Leslie Grossman's character may have been present at the time, but either way, she did survive. Also in the past, Brooke was attacked by a different serial killer at her home. This may or may not turn out to be Richard Ramirez. She also survived this. Now Leslie's character is returning to Camp Redwood, and a new batch of counselors, including Brooke, are heading to Camp Redwood. They hit someone with their car on their way, and around this time, Mr. Jingles breaks out of the asylum he is being kept in after his original crimes. Now at Camp Redwood, terror begins to ensue as Mr. Jingles has returned to the site of his original crimes, and who knows, maybe some other killers will reveal themselves along the way as well. Alright, so what did you think of the trailer? I thought it was visually great, and I'm very excited to see what the full episodes bring. Be sure to let me know what you thought in the comments below, and follow me on Twitter at SkylarGaetano and on Instagram at Skylar.Gaetano, and give this video a like and subscribe for American Horror Story 1984 episode breakdowns and reviews as they air, and I will see you soon.